what does burnout feel like? Now, to really understand what burnout feels like, I think it's important that we talk about the 6 stages of burnout, because it can help us understand how do we even get to burnout, because burnout's the destination. There is a journey that precedes it. And I'm telling you from personal experience, you don't want to burn out. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're preventing it. So let's dive into the 6 stages of burnout. Stage 1 is excitement. Now, this one always sort of gets everyone's eyebrows a little bit raised. Like, how can burnout be exciting? So hear me out. So essentially, when we're looking at the first stage of burnout, which is excitement, is think about a time where you have wanted to achieve a goal, or you have gotten a new job, or you're working on a new project, or something like that, right? You probably have an element of feeling really, really excited. And you could be working really well under pressure. So essentially in this stage, that's what it is. So you're physically feeling really energized, mentally and cognitively, you're functioning at a really high level. Emotionally, you're feeling motivated, you're feeling driven. So that's the first stage of burnout. The second stage of burnout is what I call hard work. So essentially what you've done in stage 1 is you've created probably unsustainable habits. So maybe you're staying up too late, getting up too early, you're forgetting to exercise, you're not having the time to eat healthy. And in stage 2, this is when that's all coming into fruition, right? To get the same results that you were getting in stage 1, you're having to physically, mentally, and emotionally put a little bit more effort in. Now, no one around you is really going to know what's going on with you. No one's going to notice that anything's changed. It's just you're going to physically feel like you're having to put a bit more physical, mental, and emotional energy into the work that you're doing. So that's stage 2. Stage 3 is what we call frustration. So this is when the cracks are beginning to show. So this is when you are starting to physically feel a little bit more drained. You're tired. You're not waking up refreshed. You're probably not able to sleep at this stage as well. Maybe you're feeling quite wired before you go to sleep. So mentally, you're not able to achieve what you were achieving before, and emotionally, you're becoming a little bit more frustrated. So maybe you've gone from cool, calm, and collected to being somebody with a short fuse and quite frustrated and outwardly aggressive. Or on the other hand, you actually might start to withdraw. Maybe you're not engaging as much with colleagues, friends, whatever it is, as much as you used to be. So there's some of the things to really pay attention to. Now, the other thing to note at this stage is that people outside of yourself are going to recognize things aren't quite right, other than just, obviously your behavioral changes. They're going to see a dip in your performance as well. So that's going to be a bit of a sign there as well. You're not able to achieve what you're achieving in stage 1. Then what happens is we go to stage 4. So stage 4 burnout is what I call anxiety and illness. Here's the thing, stress has a profound impact on our body. So it can lower our immune system, it disrupts our inflammatory system, and it can really impact our gut health as well. Now, what's happening at this stage is it's all kind of coming out. So physically, you're feeling really unwell. You're probably starting to see potentially vague health issues. So for instance, with myself, I had severe gut health issues. I had inflammatory issues. So my joints would swell up. I couldn't walk up and down stairs. I was having skin issues, so I was getting cold sores, all that kind of stuff. But other people might be getting flare-ups of colitis, Crohn's disease, IBS is a really common one at this stage, psoriasis, other physical health issues as well. But this is also when anxiety starts to kick in, and there's a whole vast reason why that is, and I can go into more detail about that in later videos. But anxiety starts to elicit. So you're starting to worry more. You're starting to have more physical symptoms of stress at this stage as well. So that's stage 4. Enter stage 5. Stage 5 is apathy. Now, something to really note at this stage, apathy isn't because you don't care. It's you no longer have the capacity to care. So you've probably gone from somebody extremely engaged, extremely excited about what you're working on, whether it's a business, whether it's a goal, whether a target, project, whatever it is. But what you've actually gotten into, you've kind of worn yourself out, and you no longer have the capacity to care. And this is quite scary for a lot of people when we're looking at burnout, because you might have gone from being extremely motivated to kind of being really demotivated as well. And this is when things start to really go probably mentally wrong as well at this stage. So then we get to burnout. Now, burnout is physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion. So physically, you're completely wiped out. And we're not talking like, I'm just a little bit tired, I'm just a little bit fatigued. No, we're talking about that complete and utter bone weary fatigue. You physically feel like it's draining just to get out of bed. Mentally, you're not processing information effectively. So you might be reading emails and not even understanding what the email says. You might be in a conversation, hearing words, seeing people's mouths moving, but not generating any kind of meaningful information from that. And emotionally, you're probably flipping between that anxiety and that apathy phase, or what some people might call depression as well. But essentially, burnout completely changes every element of who you are. You can't show up as any version of yourself, whether it's authentic or the best version or whatever it is. So the other thing to really understand is that burnout can look different to other people, to different people, but understanding that it's that physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion. Now, if you're unsure if you are on the path to burnout or you are burnt out, please take our burnout score. That's just down below. We do have a burnout score there to check it out, so you can check it out. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can contact me on any of my socials. And if you have any questions, pop them in the comment section below as well.